Okay, so I'll give you a hint. Okay. The hint is this. It's a topic related to Bhagavad Gita. Any guesses? What is the topic? It's a topic related to Bhagavad Gita. Today we are going to do Bhagavad Gita topic. So what's the topic? So any guesses for the topic? Okay. So let me tell you. Here is the topic. So tell me, how many of you are interested in knowing about what are the names of Lord Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita? Type me in the chat if you're interested to know. What are all the names of Lord Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita? Okay, all the names of Krishna. From the verse number 1 to verse number 700. All of them. All the verses covered. We're going to pick up all the names of Krishna. Okay. All the best names of Krishna. So let's begin. Let's begin. Okay, devotees. Hare Krishna to all of you. Thank you very much for joining. So let's begin right away. Okay. So let's start with the prayers. First of all, welcome everybody to this class. Okay. All right. Yes. Thank you. So let's start with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidhi Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyat Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Okay. So today we're going to do an interesting topic. The name of the topic is, what are the names of Lord Sri Krishna as mentioned in Bhagavad Gita? Okay. So when the Bhagavad Gita was spoken, Arjuna called Krishna with some names, or sometimes it is referred, there's some references to Krishna. Krishna was called like this. Krishna was called like this. So we will discuss all of that wonderful names. What were these names, and what is the significance of all these names? What is the importance of all these names? All right. So we will see all of that. Okay. All of that. We'll see all of that. Okay. So that's going to be very interesting. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's start with the thing. So let us talk a little bit about name. Okay. What is so special about a name? What's in a name? Okay. So if somebody asks you, so name is very powerful, you see. Let me show you a quick demonstration of how it works. Okay. Let me just show you a quick demonstration. Okay. If I'm going to just call out, let us say here, Indira Haridas Mataji, Hare Krishna. Manisha Mataji, Hare Krishna. Okay. Valarmati Mataji, Hare Krishna. Suresh Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Siddhi Mataji, Hare Krishna. Renuka Wali Mataji, Hare Krishna. Naresh Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Kalyani Mataji, Hare Krishna. Amirta Mataji, Hare Krishna. Anjana Mataji, Hare Krishna. Gangaya Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Komal Mataji, Hare Krishna. Komala Mataji, Hare Krishna. Aarti Mataji, Hare Krishna. Okay, so when I call you, so what happened when I called you? Hare Krishna. What happened when I called your name? Right? You responded, right? So suddenly it becomes like an obligation for us to respond, isn't it? Suddenly, if somebody is calling you, then it becomes an obligation for you to respond. Am I right? Yes. So if somebody is calling your name repeatedly 3 times, I'm going to call you repeatedly 3 times name. So you feel, okay, you'll feel obliged. Okay, he's calling me. Okay, let me respond. Say, you get, yeah, get your attention. Yes, you got, I get your attention when I call your names. Am I right? That's right. So what else? What is the speciality of a name? Okay, there's a person here and there's a name for that person. Person and a name. You know, what's the significance? So when we hear these names, you know, it is almost like, yeah, it's an identity. The name is an identity. All right, name is an identity. So when you say some person's name, it's like an identity for that person. Am I right? And also, let us say if I say some words or some names, there is some emotion that will be evoked inside you. For example, okay, I don't know your pet names, but let us say if I find out and somehow if I call you by the name you used to be called when you were in childhood, okay, if I call you by that name, then what would be your reaction? Will your mood change? Let's say somebody is calling you by, you heard that name maybe after another long time, decades later, okay, then you feel very dear, right? Somebody is calling you by that name which used to be called by your mother, or maybe in your childhood your friends used to call that name. Everybody forgot about it after so many years, okay? Suddenly somebody is remembering you and calling you by that name, and then suddenly, you know, your heart will change, right? All right, so that's one kind of a thing, and that's one type of thing. And another thing is, let us say if any name reminds you of some incident, how is that? Okay, so let us say if there is some name that is reminding you of some incident, it is possible. For example, married women, they change the name, right? After marriage, women change the name, right? So when you're called by your surname, or let us say they call you by your original name, okay, your maiden name, right? Your before marriage. So that will cause some kind of emotion. Am I right? You'll remember your parents. Yes, no. So every name is very important. Okay, it evokes an emotion, and the person whose name you're calling out, okay, that person feels obliged to respond. So here we're talking about names of Lord Sri Krishna. So Krishna, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. He's the God, right? So just like us, when we call his names, Krishna feels obliged to look at us. So if in the next 1 hour, first of all, I would like to thank you that you are all here. You could have been doing anything else, but you are all here. First of all, I would like to acknowledge that and thank you. But let's say for the next 1 hour, we are going to discuss about the names of Krishna. So Krishna will be actually looking at all of us. But who are these people who are discussing about me? We are repeatedly taking his names. Krishna will be obliged to see, look at us. Okay. I'll tell you one verse, very interesting. Okay. So there's a verse that says, Naham tishtanti vaikunthe, Naham yogina hrudaye picha, Yatra gayanti madbhakto tatra tisthami narada. That means Lord is saying, I don't stay in Vaikuntha, nor do I stay in the hearts of the yogis. Where my devotees sing my names, I stay there. So Krishna stays where we sing his names. So that is so special. And I tell you something very interesting. Generally, when we say name, it is an identity, correct? And we replace the name with that person. So for example, if I'm telling a bad word, okay, to somebody who is very dear to you, I'm just telling the name and say that person is blah, 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 something bad. Then you'll become angry, okay? But then actually I didn't talk about that person. I was just talking about that name. But then how did your mind or emotion replace that person with the name? Do you understand what's going on? Our psychology here. I'm saying, okay, so-and-so person is very good, or so-and-so person is very bad. I am actually not showing him or not directly referencing. I'm just taking his name. That's it. So name, you see, it's like replacing the person. Am I right? So name is like the replacement of person. So that's why you see, that's about I'm talking about material names. But here, Krishna, there's a very wonderful verse in Padma Purana that says, that Abhinnatvam nama namine nama chintamani Krishna Chaitanya rasa vigraha. Okay, Abhinnatvam nama namine. So what it means is this name is Chintamani. So beautiful, it's so wonderful, it's like a gem. Okay, the name of Krishna. And it is Chaitanya rasa vigraha. It is filled with rasa. It's filled with all the mellows. Okay, and then Abhinnatvam nama namine. There's no difference between the name and the person who has that name. You see the word name. What do you think is the root word of the name? Can you type in the chat? Do you think it's an English word, name? How many of you think that it has some close resemblance? Type in the chat. So name is nama. Sanskrit word is nama. Nama became name. See, so much commonality is there between Sanskrit and English. Right? So Abhinnatvam nama namini. That means between the person who has the name and the actual person, there's no difference. Absolutely no difference. Why there is no difference? Because he is the absolute personality of God. It is absolute truth. Okay, Malay also they call it Nama. Wonderful, amazing. That's nice. So there's no difference between the names of Krishna and Krishna himself. They're absolutely the same. So let us see the 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is repeatedly calling out Krishna, 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 Krishna in different ways, not only in the same name as Krishna. Krishna has infinite names. And Arjuna keeps calling the names Krishna, 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 Krishna. When do we call names of God? Tell me, at what time? Type in the chat. What are the times when you remember God's names? I mean, naturally. When you're confused, when you're praying, that's right. When you're in distress, that's right. When you're in a problem, in difficulties, morning, evening, thanking God, gratitude, amazing, happy. That's absolutely right. We remember Krishna's name in every emotion. Similarly, Arjuna is going through so many emotions here. Just see. From the first scene, where the conch shells were blown, there is something going on within Arjuna's mind. Right? When I make mistakes also. Absolutely right. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, Malalmati Mataji. We also remember Krishna's name when we make mistakes, because Arjuna is making a mistake right now. Do you agree? We are on the battlefield of Kurukshetra and the conch shells have been blown on both the sides, Kauravas and Pandavas on the opposite sides, and conch shells have been blown right now. Right now, something is happening inside Arjuna's mind, and Arjuna is taking, Krishna, please take me in between the two armies. Okay? Just try to feel what Arjuna is going through. Just try to feel for a moment yourself in the position of Arjuna. Krishna is right in front of you. And then the great war is about to start. And then the conch shells have been blown. And then now Arjuna is saying, Krishna, please take me in between them. Yeah, that's right. Please take me in between both the armies. And then Krishna takes him exactly in front of Bhishma and Drona, his weakness, right? So then so many memories are coming inside his mind, all his childhood memories, everything, all the good things coming inside his mind. He's looking all around and he's seeing all his relatives, right? He's seeing all his friends, relatives everywhere. He realizes that now I have to kill all of these people. And so much of things are going on. And Krishna himself is there here. He doesn't know what to do. He's so confused. So at this point of time, he is also taking the names of Krishna. So he's saying Krishna, Keshava, Rishikesha, Madhava, Madhusudana, Janardana. Like that, he takes so many beautiful names. So these are all the beautiful emotions of Arjuna. Within Bhagavad Gita, as Krishna is giving this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, Arjuna is calling out these names. He's calling out his friend. He's calling out his guru. He's the spiritual master. Krishna, Arjuna surrendered to Krishna and now he's his guru. So he's lovingly calling out him and saying, help me out. I don't want to be this. I'm bigger than this. I'm not this. I know that. But somehow at the moment, I'm so confused. Okay. How many times in our life we are in such a situation like that of Arjuna, that we call out for help? I mean, whoever can help us? First of all, we don't find anybody to talk to. We don't find anybody to call out, right? So, but if we have the help right in front of us, right? We have our guru, our guide, Krishna, right in front of us, right? Helpless moments. So Arjuna is going to call out, okay, for his names. So he has to see so much. I mean, it's just the beginning, okay? Bhagavad Gita is the beginning. And after Bhagavad Gita, the war starts. What happens in the war? Arjuna sees the death of his son, Abhimanyu, and that Abhimanyu was brutally murdered, right? And later he sees that all his sons die. All his sons die. So he has to go through so much right now, okay? Just imagine. And he somehow knows it. Maybe it's sixth sense or something. He knows that, I mean, not everybody is going to survive this war. So he's in a helpless position now, and he's talking and he's calling out the names of God. Okay? So let us see now, what are the names that Arjuna took for Lord Krishna? Okay? How many of you would like to know what are these names? Type me in the chat. What are the names that Arjuna called out in desperation, in for help? He wants to find out. He wants to ask Krishna, please help me. Okay, let us start with the first name. Okay, the first name that Arjuna spoke. Let's see that. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Krishna, yes. So the first reference of Bhagavad Gita first reference of Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is this word, Achyuta. Achyuta. Let's try to understand what's the meaning of this. Achyuta means, Chyuta means fall down. Okay. Achyuta is the opposite of falling down. So what does that mean? Type in the chat. Chyuta means a person who falls down from his position. That's right. And Achyuta is the opposite of that. That means a person who never falls down from his position. Why did Arjuna call Krishna Achyuta? Every word has got a meaning. You see, let us see the verse, then we'll understand why he called Achyuta. Okay? Let's find out. And then Achyuta is the first 1.21 to 22. Arjuna Vacha Senayorubhayor Madhye Ratham Stapaya Mechyuta. Saw that? Stapaya Mechyuta. Achyuta. The word has come there. Okay? Yavad etan niriksheham yodhu kaman avastitan kairmaya saha yodhavyam asmin ranasamudhyame. All right, so here is the thing, what it means. So right now Arjuna is saying this. Okay, let me share my screen. He says, "Oh infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms." So what is the situation in which Arjuna is saying this? Arjuna is saying this when, you see, the conch shells have been blown right now. And right now Arjuna, he wants to see He wants to go in between that both the armies who are standing face to face. He wants to go in between and just see who has come to fight against their side. So now he has to tell to Krishna, Krishna, can you please take me? He knows, but the thing is, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the chariot driver of Arjuna right now. Okay, how many of you got that? Krishna is the chariot driver. Okay, right? Yeah, Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram. Very beautiful verse, right? Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram. Yeah, nice song. So Achyuta, he's saying here, Krishna is the Supreme Lord, but now he has become the driver. So just because Krishna took the position of a driver, has his position fallen down from the Supreme Lord to a driver? Type in the chat, yes or no. Is it fallen now? No. That's why he's saying Achyuta. Krishna can do anything and he's still the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You see? That's the beautiful thing about Krishna. Krishna can come in the form of a Varaha, Sukara, or a boar. The pig is considered to be the most abominable. Pig means dirty. He can come in the form of boar, but still we worship him. He is still Achyuta. That is why he is Achyuta. He is coming as a chariot driver. So that's the first name, Achyuta. Let's go and see what's the next name that Arjuna called out Krishna. Okay, here is the verse. Okay, the next word is Hrishikesha. Hrishikesha. Let's see that. When did Arjuna say Hrishikesha? Okay. It says Panchajanyam Hrishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya. Panchajanyam Hrishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya. Poundram Dadmau Mahashankam Bhima Karma Vrukodaraha. Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Panchajanya. Arjuna blew his, the Devadatta and Bhima, the voracious eater and performer of Herculean tasks, blew his terrific conch shell called Poundra. Okay, we'll go to the next verse and then we'll get more context about Hrishikesha. Okay. All right. Atha vyavasthitan drishtva dhartarashtran kapidvajaha pravritte shastra sampate dhanurudyamya pandavaha rishikesham tada vakyam idamaha mahipate. Okay, can you raise your hands, lift your hands? I want one of you to read this verse for me, translation, please. Yeah. Lift your hands and I'm going to call you out. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Valarmati Mataji. Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Prabhuji, I cannot see your screen.
Now?
Now can. Okay. At the time Arjuna, the son of Pandu, seated in the chariot bearing the flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows. O king, after looking at the son of Dhritarashtra drawn in military arrow, is it arrow?
Array. It's array.
Array, Arjuna then spoke to Lord Krishna these words. Thank you, Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. See, this is such a wonderful verse. In this, Arjuna, he is sitting on a chariot and his chariot, who is on his chariot? Can you see here? Type in the chat. Who is on his chariot? Hanuman. Yes, Hanuman. And then he took up his bow very nicely and he was like, ready to shoot. Okay, ready to shoot. And then suddenly something happened. And then he looked at all the Kauravas and then he spoke to Krishna here. Okay. So now there's a significance for why Hrishikesha is there here. Hrishikesha means the Lord of the senses. What does Hrishikesha mean? Type in the chat, senses. He is the Lord of the all senses. It's like this, right? Lord of senses. We have got our senses, right? And Krishna has also got his senses. There's a difference between that and this. Let me tell you what it means. Lord can control the senses of all the devotees. Okay. Of course, he's a supreme Lord. He can control everybody, but he gives that minute independence. But Krishna, he controls the senses of his devotees. That's why he's called as Rishika Esha, Rishikesha. You see, the senses, the purpose of the senses is it for satisfying my senses or is it for satisfying Krishna's senses? Tell me. We should use our senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, hands, legs, all these senses. Should we use it for our gratification or Krishna's sense gratification? Okay, that's right. That's why, there's a verse it's a beautiful verse in the Narada Bhakti Sutra, which says, Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti ruchyate. Rishikena means use your senses. Rishikesha sevanam. Use your senses to serve Krishna, the Lord of the senses. So the Lord of senses is Krishna. So we should not directly satisfy our senses. We should satisfy the senses of Krishna. If you satisfy the senses of Krishna, then you become happy. Okay, that's Rishikesha. Okay, let's see. Very interesting. Then, why is Arjuna saying that here? All right, he's saying that here because Krishna, being Rishikesha, he understands what Arjuna is going to do. So what he's indicating is that, oh my dear Krishna, you are the Lord of all the senses. So, but I am not able to control my senses right now. My senses are in trouble. Because what is the first sense that is in trouble? Arjuna's sense. Okay, now tell me. Okay, here is a quiz question for all of you. Arjuna became bewildered after dash. What is that word, root word? Which sense, made him become into illusion? How many senses do we have? 5 senses. Think about it. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, touch, skin. Which sense, okay, brought him into the state of confusion? I mean, after doing what? Was it after seeing? Was it after hearing? Was it after smelling? Was it after tasting? What happened? Was it after hearing the conch shells? Or was it after seeing his relatives? After seeing all his relatives, Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, Arjuna lost his composure. Okay. So he's saying, Rishikesha, controller of the senses. Okay, but my senses are not in my control right now because I'm looking at my relatives and I'm feeling very bad about it, that I have to fight with them. Okay. Right. So, for example, just think about a moment when you looked at your loved ones. Okay. Maybe they were sick. Maybe they were really, really sick. And how did you look at them? I mean, with a lot of love, right? With a love, you look at them, right? So then, your love will be shown through your eyes. So like that, Arjuna, he was showing his love for all of them, but then it is a misplaced love. Of course, that's what happens is society, friendship, and love. You see, Krishna is right in front of him and he's thinking about the family. You see, so this is the problem. Family and Krishna. So family becomes a bondage sometimes. If the family is not in Krishna consciousness, this is what happens. Family becomes the bondage. Family is like a bondage now. So he's not able to execute the instructions of Krishna because of his family attraction. And the primary sense that is failing for him is his eyes, because he's seeing them. Oh my God, my grandfather. Oh my God, my friend, right? The eyes. So he's saying, oh my dear controller of the senses, my dear Lord Krishna, please control my senses. Got it? All right. So that's the wonderful word. It's called Rishikesha. Let's go to the next word, Keshava. Keshava. Okay. So now, let me tell you first of all what is the meaning of Keshava, and then we will see the verses related to Keshava. So the word Keshava means the killer of the demon Keshi. All right. So let me just show you the pastime of the Keshi demon. Okay, give me a moment. I'm just going to show you. Okay. All right. Just showing you a moment. Go. Yeah. Yes, the horse demon. Can you all see this screen here? What do you see? Do you see Krishna killing a horse demon here? Okay, this demon's name is Keshi. Okay, this demon, he was sent by Kamsa to kill Krishna. He was a very powerful demon. He was a very powerful horse. Okay. And you see, horses are very powerful, isn't it? That's why when we measure the power of an engine, how do you measure it? Anybody can put in the chat. What is a unit of measure for power of an engine? Car engine or any kind of engines. How do they call it what? Do they call it elephant power? They call it horsepower. Horsepower. So this Keshi was a very strong horse. It charged towards Krishna to kill him when Krishna was like a small boy in Vrindavan. So Lord Krishna, when the Keshi demon was running towards him, what did Krishna do? He put his mouth inside he put his fist inside the mouth of this Keshi demon. So when it came running, he just put his fist inside the mouth of Keshi. It was a very powerful demon, and he killed that demon. Okay. So such a wonderful show of power, because Keshi was very powerful demon and Krishna could kill him. Therefore, his name is Keshava. Keshava. But Arjuna, why is he remembering this? Why is he saying Keshava? Why should he remember the pastime of a demon? You see, such an interesting thing. Krishna has got so many names. Did you notice that most of these names are related with a pastime? Yes, type yes in the chat. Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, there's so many pastimes, right? So when we say Krishna, Gopala, Govardhana Giridhari, Ranachor, you see, we are remembering one pastime. The whole pastime is coming. Damodar, the whole pastime is coming in front of us, right? So the pastime, just the pastime is coming in front of us. Like Partha Sarathi. What's that? Partha Sarathi means the chariot driver of Arjuna. So that's come. Bhagavad Gita is coming into our picture. There is a Govardhana Giridhari. There is a Govardhana Giridhari. What do you understand? The Leela of Govardhan. That he is lifting the Govardhan. If you say Navanita Chora, Makhan Chor, what comes to your mind? Navanita Chora, Makhan Chor, butter thief, right? So beautiful. But then, why is he remembering Keshava, killer of the demon Keshi? Okay, now, why is he remembering that demon pastime now? Let's see that, okay? Why is he saying that? Like the first verse. All right. Anyone who wants to read this verse and the translation, please lift your hand. Yeah, lift your hands, please. Okay. Amrita Mataji, go ahead, unmute yourself. I'll try to maximize it a little bit more. Okay? Yeah.
Nacha some black patches coming.
Now?
Nacha shaknomi avasthatum brahmitiva cha me manaha nimittani cha pashyami viparitani Keshava. I am now unable to stand here any longer. I am forgetting myself and my mind is reeling. I see only causes of misfortune. O Krishna, killer of the Kesi demon. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is like when Arjuna is saying to Krishna, Krishna, I just see only bad signs here. Okay, I'm not saying that anything good is going to happen. I mean, out of this war, I don't know if any good is coming out of this war. I just see bad signs. That's it. So then he's remembering, oh Krishna, the killer of the Keshi demon. Okay, let's see the next verse. Then it becomes more clear for us when he's saying that. Yeah. Arjuna vacha stita prajnasya ka bhacha samadhistasya keshava stitadhi kim prabhaseta kima asita vrajeta kim. Arjuna said, oh Krishna, what are the symptoms of the one whose consciousness is merged in transcendence? How does he speak and what is his language? How does he sit and how does he walk? Okay, let us see one more verse with Keshava, and then I'm going to ask you what is the pattern. Okay, what is the pattern where Keshava word is coming, and you should guess. Okay, what's the commonality between the verses where Keshava has come? Arjuna said, oh Janardana, oh Keshava, why do you want me to engage me in this ghastly warfare if you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work? So Arjuna is saying, Krishna, you are saying on one hand that we have to use our intelligence, buddhi yoga, and on the other hand, you're saying, engage in this war, fight this war. I just can't understand it. I'm so confused. Yes. Now tell me, what's the commonality between these three verses? There's something common. There's a common thread. What's that common thread? Anybody can guess? At least the last two verses, there was some commonality. What was the common thing between the last two verses? The first commonality was that both of the verses were spoken by whom? All of the three verses were spoken by Arjuna, number one. Number two, did you notice that last two were questions? Did you notice that they were questions? Yes. I'll show you once more. Just see this. Do you see that this is a question here? Oh Krishna, what are the symptoms of those who are merged in the transcendence? That's a question. Here, do you see he's saying, why do you want me to engage in this ghastly warfare? Question. Okay, type question in the chat. Type question in the chat. Okay. Now, questions are like demons. Do you get questions? Do you get questions sometimes? Some questions, right? What is this? Why should I do this? Why should I do spiritual life? Why should I chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra? Why should I follow religious principles? Why should I worship Krishna? Why? These questions are like demons. Do you agree? These questions are demons because they're separating us from Krishna. They separate. I mean, they're like in between us and Krishna. Like they're breaking our faith. So that's the reason why Arjuna is saying, "Oh my dear Keshava, the killer of Keshi demon, please kill these questions which are like demons." Okay? How many of you got that? Type got it in the chat. He's saying, Krishna, please kill all these questions. These are like demons. I don't want these questions. I want my mind to be clear. I just want to fight. I just want to follow what you're saying. But the problem is, my mind is filled with so many things, so many conditioning. I heard this from somewhere. I heard this from somewhere. This is what is happening with us also, isn't it? How many of you are able to relate to this? That we want to follow. We want to be Krishna conscious. But then, so many things in our head. Somebody is saying, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? So many things. Okay, what are you going to do now? Are you going to become a sannyasi? So many things like this, right? So this is like filling us. These questions are ringing in our mind also. What am I going to do now? Should I do this? If I keep on chanting like this, what's going to happen to me? Blah, 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 blah. So many questions. So we need Keshava. We need Lord Krishna, who can kill the Keshi demon, which is very powerful, and he can also kill the questions that are coming into our mind, okay, which are like as powerful as that demon also. All right, so that's Keshava. Okay, so now let's go to the next Name. Okay. How many of you like this name Govinda? Type Govinda in the chat. How many of you love this name Govinda? We all go to the Tirupati temple. And then what do we say? Govinda, Govinda. How many of you been to Tirupati? And what is the name chanted there in Tirupati? Govinda. Right? Beautiful name, no? Govinda. So what is Govinda? Let us see that, okay? And when did Arjuna call him Govinda? Let's see that. So go means senses and cows. Two meanings for go. So what are the two meanings for go? One meaning is cow. We all know that. Go means cow. Goshala. You go to Goshala? Yeah, I know Goshala. Go means cow. Another meaning for go is senses. And Vinda means the protector. Okay, or it's like one who is giving protection. Okay, so it is like Govinda means it is like, you know, he is like the senses. He's giving protection to the senses. Got it? So what Govinda means, I'll tell you. Govinda means, go means senses. Got that right? Go means senses. And Vinda, Govinda means he gives, what do you say that? Protector, or one who enlivens the senses, who gives happiness to the senses. But then there's a difference here, okay? The problem is we are trying to make our senses happy. We are not trying to make Krishna's sense happy. Are you able to understand the difference? Material life means we want to make our senses happy. I'll tell you one example, you'll understand. Okay, go to the restaurant. You know, go inside the restaurant. First of all, you'll go inside, nice ambience. You'll feel, okay, very nice interior, nice. And then they'll say, okay, come sit down. And then you sit down, you feel nice. Okay, you're feeling comfortable. Okay, nice. They get to the menu card, you get the menu card. You're seeing the menu card, right? So let's say the menu card is like this. And I'm seeing menu card, and then, okay, nobody's disturbing you at this moment. And then the server comes and very nicely asks you, sir, can I take the order? And you say, yeah, okay, this is there. Okay, this is there. Can you bring me this? Okay. Okay, and he takes the order nicely, and then you're chatting with your friend, and the food comes, and then you're having some nice food. So what is happening in this entire thing is we are trying to satisfy our senses. This is conditional life. Okay, this is the conditional life, right? In the conditional life, we are satisfying our senses. But spiritual life means trying to satisfy the senses of Krishna. Just understand the difference. Arjuna is behaving like us. Just like we go into the hotel and thinking about, like, give me the food. Okay, if the food is good, I'm going to say nice. I'm going to give you right rating. If the food is not good, I'm going to yell at him. This is not hot. The soup is cold. Why did you bring this? We're going to go to the manager and complain to him. Right? This is not at all good. I came here for a good experience, and all I got was this. I spent so much. So you're indirectly saying you didn't satisfy my senses. Isn't it? So Arjuna and Krishna, you tell me, what is Arjuna supposed to do right now? Krishna is there as his chariot driver. Is Arjuna supposed to be telling Krishna what he should do, or Arjuna should be doing what Krishna says? Type in the chat. Arjuna should follow Krishna's instruction, what Krishna is telling, or he should convince Krishna and say, no, this is not, I'm not feeling good. I don't like this. This dosa is not good. Bring me another. I don't want dosa, I want puri. So is that what he's supposed to do? He's supposed to follow Krishna, right? So, but then, so that's what is happening. So he forgot everything, okay? So right now he's taken that position of a conditioned living entity where he has forgotten Krishna. Krishna is right in front of him. Then he is saying this, okay? That's why he's saying this. Kim no rajena govinda kim bhogairjivitena va yesham arthe kankshitam no rajyam bhoga sukhanicha. All right, Manisha Mataji, you wanted to say, you want to read this? Manisha Mataji, yeah, here. Manisha Mataji, yes, please. Yeah, unmute yourself and you can read this. Sorry, 1 minute. I just said this. Yeah.
The last topic also you told, no, Prabhu, that shloka is there. Atmendriya priti vansha tare bali kam,
Yeah.
Krishnendriya priti ichha dhare premanam. From
Jai.
Charitra Chaitanya.
Hari Bol. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Very nice. So can you explain that for everybody's benefit? Little bit.
So it is, if we satisfy our senses, it is material life actually. And when we satisfy Krishna's senses, it is a spiritual thing.
Amazing. Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Amazing. That's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Yes. Please read this translation.
Yes. Only translation or
If you want to read the shloka, you can read it as well. No
shloka?
problem.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Kim no rajena govinda kim bhogair jivitena va yeshamarthe kangshitam no rajyam bhoga sukhani cha. O Govinda, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed on the battlefield?
Hare Krishna. Yes, that's right. Thank you very much, Mataji. So how many of you understand this? What Arjuna's question? Did you all get Arjuna's question? Okay, let us say this question was asked by Arjuna to you. What will you answer him? He's saying, what happiness am I going to get by fighting all these people? Tell me, what is the answer? Arjuna is asking this question to Krishna. He's asking this question, very common sense question. Oops, just a minute. The question is, what happiness am I going to get? You are saying, kill all these people. They are all my relatives. So should I kill all of them? Am I going to become happy at the end? You want me to kill all my relatives, my teacher, my best friends, my relatives, everybody, my grandfather. By killing them, will I get happiness? You see, the mentality is coming out, right? It's a Govinda. Just now I spoke, right? So our mentality is like, we want God to be our order carrying servant. We don't want to become servant of God. We want God to become our servant. So he's saying, Arjuna is saying, how will I get happiness? So what is more important? Is it to satisfy our senses or to satisfy the senses of God, Govinda? Tell me, what is more important? You see, Krishna is on a mission, right? What is the mission? Krishna was asked by Lord Brahma and the Mother Earth that there is a lot of burden on the earth. Do you remember that? Why did Krishna come in the first place? There's a lot of burden of irreligious, demoniac kings. These kings are ruling the earthly planet with all their huge armies, and then that heavy burden, Mother Earth is not able to take it. And therefore, she goes to Brahma. Brahma comes to Shvetadvipa, and then he's praying to Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu is saying, I'll come. Right? So, Krishna is on a mission here to eliminate this burden on the earth. And Arjuna is saying, what, should I fight them? It's not going to give me happiness. I'm not going to fight. Right? That's not correct, right? So Govinda, senses must be satisfied. We must satisfy Krishna's senses. Krishna must be pleased. Okay, we should try to become instrument in the hands of Krishna. So Krishna wants that all of them should die. Krishna is saying, I have put everybody to death here, including Jayadratha, including Karna, including Bhishma, including Drona. He's telling that. Krishna says that in the 11th chapter, so that Arjuna becomes clear. He says, Bhishma don't think is going to be alive after the war. Drona don't think he'll be alive. Jayadratha is not going to be alive. He's saying all of them are going to die. They have already been put to death. He's saying, you whether you fight or not, they are going to die. That's my decision. See, there's a verse that says, Rakhe Krishna mare Krishna rakhe ke. You know what that means? Rakhe Krishna mare ke means if Krishna decides that this person should not die, nobody can kill him. Ashwatthama sent a Brahmastra on the womb of Uttara, Krishna wanted Parikshit Maharaj to be alive. So even Brahmastra could not touch the fetus of a pregnant woman. That is Krishna. Rakhe Krishna, Mare Ke. Mare Krishna, Rakhe Ke. Krishna decided that Jayadratha should die. They tried everything. Bhishma tried his best to save Jayadratha. But Krishna sent Sudarsana Chakra and he showed as if sunset happened, and then Jayadratha came out and they got him killed. Karna was killed. His wheel got stuck and then Krishna ordered, kill him. Bhishma, they brought Shikhandi in front of him and then Bhishma was not ready to fight. They killed. Krishna said, put the arrows. And then Dronacharya, he had attachment for his son Ashwatthama. And then Krishna said, tell a lie. Ashwatthama died. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj said, Ashwatthama died. Then Dronacharya became dull. Okay, he just came into meditation and he thought, oh, my son died. Right? And then Drushtadhyumna killed him. So Krishna, Hare Krishna, Rakhe Ke, nobody's going to. So, but here you see what's happening here. What's happening here is Arjuna is trying to satisfy his senses. His mentality is like our mentality going to a hotel. He's forgetting his position, constitutional position, that he is a servant. He's supposed to be servant. Krishna is appearing to be a servant. He is not the servant. We are the servant of Krishna. Out of his love for his devotees, he is coming as a servant, as a chariot driver. Krishna is not a chariot driver. Okay, see this, what Arjuna is saying. Who can read this shloka? Okay, I want one volunteer. Who can read this? Okay, I'll read this. Sanjaya Vacha Eva Muktva Rishikesham Gudakesha Parantapaha Nayotseiti Govindam Uktva Tushnim Bhabuvaha. Sanjaya said, having spoken thus, Arjuna, chastiser of enemies, told Krishna, Govinda, I shall not fight, and fell silent. How many of you like this? How many of you support this? Krishna wants all of these people to die. But Arjuna is saying, Krishna, Govinda, I shall not fight. Is this good? Bad? Type in the chat. Is it good? Do you like it? Is it the right attitude that we are supposed to have? Very bad, right? So it's very bad. Krishna is wanting something just like a spiritual master, guru is saying, do this. Father is saying, do this. And if you don't do it, it's bad, right? So let's go to the next verse. Let's go to the next verse. So yeah, so I understand. Yes, that's very bad. Let's go to the next verse. So here we have a beautiful meaning here. Okay, can you see this word? Okay, type in the chat. What do you read? Type in the chat. Madhava. Madhava. When you say Madhava, you know the meaning Ma means Lakshmi Devi. Madhava means husband of Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. Lakshmi Devi is also called as Bhagya Lakshmi. Right? There's a song in Kannada, right? Bhagyada Lakshmi Baramma. Nammamma Sri Saubhagyada Lakshmi Baramma. Bhagya Lakshmi, right? So wherever Krishna is there, the fortune is with them. Okay, let's see that. Where is Madhava word has been used? Okay, husband of the goddess of fortune. Okay, and then it's here, yeah. See this. Yeah, it says Tata Shvetair Hayair Yukte Mahati Syandanai Stitau Madhava Pandavas Chaiva Divyau Shankau Pradat Mutahu. That means Pandavas and the Kauravas, they both blew the conch shells. But when it came to Pandava's side, he said Madhava is there on the side of Pandavas. Who is Madhava? Husband of goddess of fortune. So who will win the war? A person who is fortunate or who is unfortunate? So Vijay Lakshmi means victory, Lakshmi of victory. That is the wife of Lord Krishna. So who is going to win the war? Pandavas or Kauravas? Who has Lakshmi with them? Pandavas or Kauravas? You see, Lakshmi, I'll tell you something very interesting. Lakshmi Devi says in Srimad Bhagavatam, I do not favor the non-devotees of Krishna. No. Those who are not devotees of Krishna, who pray me, I don't favor them. I only favor the devotees of Lord Krishna. Okay, type Haribol in the chat. Okay, Lakshmi is saying, I am always with the devotees. Obviously, right? So those who worship her husband, Lakshmi is going to favor them. Those who worship her independently of Krishna, would she be happy? Lakshmi is always, trying to serve in Vaikuntha, always thinking, how can I serve my husband? She is not able to give up her service of massaging the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. She is not ready to give that service to anybody. She is chanchala. She cannot stay in one place, but then she stays in one place always with Chanchalapati. That is, with the husband of the fickle. Lakshmi Devi is fickle because she'll not stay in one place. Okay, somebody is rich one day, the other day he'll become a poor person completely. But Lakshmi stays with Lord Krishna always. So those who worship Lord Krishna, Lakshmi always favors them. So Pandavas are going to win the war. It's an indication that Pandavas will win the war. Let us see some more names. There are many names here, okay? Let's take some names here. How many of you want to hear about this name? Okay, Hari Bol. The most beautiful name here. This is Sri Bhagavan. Sri Bhagavan. Okay, Bhagavad Gita is the song sung by God. Bhagavan. You know what is the name for God? The original name. See the name, when we say God in English, in Sanskrit or Hindi, we say Bhagavan. Bhagavan. Am I right? What's the meaning of Bhagavan? Bhagavan is full of opulences, 6 opulences. Am I right? Full of fame, full of strength, full of beauty, full of knowledge, full of renunciation. Right? And full of what else? Name, fame, religion, everything. Renunciation, everything. He's a Lord of all opulences. That's Bhagavan. I tell you, there are so many verses with this name, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. And when does the Sri Bhagavan Uvacha come? You see, in those, see, so many verses, okay? 2.2, 2.11, 3.37, okay? See how many verses are there with Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Starting with the classical verse 2.2. Okay? Classic verse of 2.2. Okay? It's a little funny also, okay? Arjuna is saying, Arjuna is supposed to be the main warrior. Okay, just imagine, it's a cricket match, is there IPL match, final, world finals, right? India versus whatever happened recently, right? Finals. So the main player, okay, who is supposed to be playing, if he says, I shall not bat, then what will everybody do? Will become angry and disappointed, no? Will say, what? You're not going to play today? You're not going to play today's match, final match? So why are you there for entire thing? You're supposed to be playing now. What are you doing? So like that, Krishna is saying to Arjuna, okay, this is the first verse that Krishna is speaking in Bhagavad Gita. Okay? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kutastva Kashmalamidam Vishame Samupastitam Anaryajustam Asvargyam Akirtikaram Arjuna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the values of life. They do not lead to higher planets but to infamy. Krishna is disappointed. He's plainly disappointed. He's saying, Kutastva. Kutastva means from where? Arey, kahan se aa gaya, bhai? Kutasva means like that. Kahase? ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದೆ? ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ತರ ಯೋಚನೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? You got it right? So எங்கிருந்து வந்திருக்கு உங்களுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி யோசனைகள்? ஏன் இந்த மாதிரி யோசிக்கிறீங்க? Why, how you got this thought? I don't understand. Krishna is saying, Kutastva kashmalam idam vishame samupastitam anaryajustam asvargyam akirtikaram Arjuna. So he's saying, from where these impurities have come, you're saying you'll not fight also now? Because a warrior is supposed to fight, okay? Arya means warrior. Kshatriya. Kshatriya means fighter. Just like a batsman is there. Okay, the batsman who is the World Cup finals. The batsman says, I will not bat. What is that? What is this thought? Right? That's what Krishna is saying. What this kind of thought? How did you get these thoughts? And the next verse is very beautiful, 2.11. Okay, this is like the first verse that Krishna speaks after Arjuna surrenders to him. So what is the first verse that Krishna spoke after Arjuna said, I'm your student. I'm your student. I'm your completely surrendered to you. You tell me, I will follow. The first verse, Krishna is giving chastisement. Chastisement means nice slap or nice kicks. Means Guru means chastisement. No, Guru means Guru should always keep praising. What do you think? Guru, the teacher, if you always saying, very good, very good, very good, very good, right? So scolding, chastisement is needed, right? Guru means first he should take the position of a Guru. Krishna immediately took the position of a Guru and immediately said this. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Ashocyananva Shochastvam Prajna Vadamscha Bhasase Ghatasuna Gatasumscha Nanu Shochanti Panditaha. Supreme Personality of Godhead said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for that which is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead. So tell me, what is he telling to Arjuna? He's saying those who are not wise, they don't lament, but you are lamenting. So what is he saying to Arjuna? Type in the chat. So what is he indirectly saying? He's saying you are a fool. That's exactly what he's saying. He's saying you're talking like an intelligent man, but intelligent people, they don't lament, but you are lamenting. He's saying you are a fool. That's what he's saying, okay? So Guru can say, not everybody. We should never criticize anybody, okay? But Guru can criticize and must criticize. See, what is a teacher? Teacher must correct, no? हमने exam लिख दिया. लिखने के बाद उसमें they should show, no, wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. If teacher doesn't say, who is going to correct me? Guru must first business is correction. So he's saying, you are talking intelligently, but you are not intelligent, okay? Don't think you're very intelligent, he's saying. So that's the thing, okay? So just wait, okay? Stay back for some more time because we have some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful names going to come, okay? Very beautiful names, all right? Okay, Hare Krishna. Yeah, do not worry about your relatives, right? That's right. Ashocyan anvashochastvam. Why are you thinking about all of this? Just fight the war, right? So just see how many verses are there starting with Sri Bhagavan Vacha here, okay? All of these are like verses which are starting with this one, okay? Like, for example, like so many verses are there, okay? Where Krishna is like, every time Krishna takes over and starts, Arjuna is asking a question and Krishna takes over and resumes speaking. Sri Bhagavan Vacha will come. All right. So let us take another beautiful, beautiful, beautiful name. Okay, how many of you love this name? Purushottama. How many of you like this name? Like me in the chat. You like this name, Purushottama. Krishna's name is Purushottama. You see, we did the Purushottam month, right? The Purushottam month, we saw Krishna gave his name to him, to the month, Malamasa. Krishna gave his name Purushottama to the month. So what is that? Let's see some verses on Purushottama. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Purushottama in the from Purushottama Yoga. We'll see some nice, beautiful verses. All right. Who is going to read this verse from chapter number 15? Okay, please raise your hands. Who wants to read this? Lift your hand. All right, Manisha Mataji. Okay, go ahead. Next, I'll give you Komala Mataji. Okay, Manusha Mataji, go ahead.
15.18, no?
Yes.
यस्मात् यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तमः. Because I am transcendental, beyond both the fallible and the infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as that supreme person. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Thank you very much. So Krishna is saying, I'm transcendental, beyond the fallible, infallible. I'm the greatest. I'm celebrated both in this world and in the Vedas as that supreme person. Okay, Purushottama means supreme, 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 supreme person. Then there's another beautiful verse from Purushottama Yoga. Okay, Komala Mataji, would you like to read this? There is Komala Mataji here. Yes, go ahead, Komala Mataji, read this verse. This is another classic, beautiful verse. Okay, yes, go ahead. Unmute yourself and read this. I'm sorry, I think I didn't. Unmute yourself.
Okay. Yo mamevam asammudo janati purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. Whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is the knower of everything. He therefore engages himself in full devotional service to me, O son of Bharata. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. He's saying, so Purushottama means Supreme Personality of Godhead. Anybody who knows Krishna is a Supreme Personality of Godhead, we engage in the full devotional service of Krishna. Okay, that's what Krishna is saying in this Purushottama. Let us see some more names. Okay, let us just scroll down. Okay. All right. Okay, we have some beautiful name here. Rama. Okay, how many of you have been surprised? What? Rama in Bhagavad Gita. How many of you are surprised? Type surprised. How did Rama come in Bhagavad Gita? Right? Yeah, let's see that. Where did Rama verse come? 10.31. Opulences of the Absolute. Pavanah pavatam asmi Rama shastrabhritam aham Jhasanam makaraschasmi Shrotasam asmi Janavi. O of purifiers, I am the wind. Of the wielders of weapons, I am Rama. Of fishes, I am the shark. And of glowing rivers, I am the Ganges. So Krishna is saying, Rama Shastra Bhritamaham. So we can take multiple meanings. One of the meanings is that Parashurama, it can mean Parashurama because Parashurama, he used to have one weapon. Parashu, axe was his weapon. Okay, Parashu Shastra, Parashu, he used to kill Kshatriyas with that axe weapon. Parashurama. Another name that we can take is Lord Ramachandra. Kodanda Rama. Kodanda Rama, Lord Ramachandra, he is holding a bow in his hand. And his bana, that is the arrow that comes out of Lord Ramachandra's bow, is called Rama Bana. It's called Ramban. Right? We use that word also, analogy, simile, right? Yeah, this is like a Ramban. The Ramban means it will surely work. This Ramban will go means definitely it will finish the opposite person. So this medicine is like Ramban means it will definitely work. So he's saying Krishna, so Lord Rama is holding that Kodanda. Okay, and he's very skillfully holding his bow. Okay, and then when he releases that, his famous bow, and he releases the arrows, the enemy will surely die. Okay, so we saw a beautiful name, Rama. Okay, very surprised. Okay, amazing, amazing. There's so much here. Okay, let us see. Let's take some more name. All right. Okay, so here we have a name. Okay, this is, okay, what is this? Yogeshwara. Yogeshwara. Okay, so the whole world is talking about yoga. And then 21st June is celebrated as the International Yoga Day. Okay, the whole world knows India for yoga. Bhagavad Gita is also called as Yoga Shastra. So we say Atha Pratamodhyaya, when we say that, we say Yoga Shastre Brahma Vidyayam, right? We say that, right? Yoga Shastre. That means it's a science of yoga. Krishna also says, Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam. He says, I have given the science of yoga. So this is a yoga system. Okay, don't think yoga means only pranayam and exercise. Okay, everything, all of this is yoga only. This is bhakti yoga. Thinking about Krishna, talking about Krishna, knowledge of Krishna is called jnana yoga. Doing activities of, of religious principles is karma yoga for Krishna. So all of this is yoga. Okay, so Krishna is yoga Ishvara, Yogeshwara, master of the mystics. So let's see one beautiful words where the Yogeshwara has come. Okay, let's take this verse, the last verse of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, who can read this last verse of Bhagavad Gita? Okay, Komala Mataji wants to read. Yes, go ahead, please.
Hare Krishna
Unmute.
Prabhuji.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvani Tirma Tirmama. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you. See, this is like the last verse of Bhagavad Gita, which says, wherever there is Yogeshwara Krishna, master of mystics, Krishna is Yogeshwara, master of the mystics. Wherever there is a sincere disciple like Arjuna, sincere devotee, there definitely opulence will be there, victory will be there, power will be there, morality will be there, everything will be there. Where there is Bhagavad Gita, where there is Krishna, everything, every best thing will be there. All right. So that is like very amazing, right? Amazing. So beautiful. Okay. Let us see. I mean, it's just going fantastic, right? So many beautiful names. Okay, let's just take the last two names. Okay, and the last but one name is, let me share my screen. Okay, Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, Mataji, Hare Krishna. The last but one name is Param Brahma. Param Brahma. Param Brahma means, you know what? The supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, the absolute truth. Okay, this is a verse spoken by Arjuna when Krishna spoke about himself. Krishna says, I am the supreme personality of Godhead, and he talks about himself in detail. Then Arjuna, it's like suddenly he breaks, okay, he breaks down, and then suddenly he starts saying, Krishna, you are the supreme personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyasa confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me. You see, the verse, this is also such a beautiful shloka to recite. Arjuna vacha param brahma param dhama pavitram paramam bhavan purusham shashvatam divyam adi devam ajam vibhum ahustvam rishayas sarve devarshir naradastatha asito devalo vyasa swayam chaiva bravishime. He's saying, oh my God, Krishna, you are the supreme Lord. Huh? And then everybody told me already. Narada said, Vyasa said, I didn't believe any one of them. Now you yourself are telling in front of me that I am the supreme Lord. So I'm feeling fantastic about it. Okay. So how many of you are feeling the same? What Arjuna felt? Type me in the chat. Right. So Arjuna was like completely amazed. Right. So happy that Krishna, the supreme personality of God, is himself revealing to in front of Arjuna, and he's saying that I am God. Okay, generally Krishna doesn't advertise like that. I am God, I am God, I am God. But right now, with Krishna in front of Arjuna, he's saying, yes, I am the God. I am the supreme personality of Godhead. Everybody is just very inferior to me. He's saying that very clearly. He's saying they are actually, everybody is almost nothing. He just says that. Everybody is nothing but a small fragment of me. That's it. Whatever wonderful, whatever splendor, whatever beautiful, whatever strength, intelligent, anything that you see is just me. Krishna says that. Okay, so how wonderful is that? All right, so let's come to the last wonderful name of Krishna. Any guesses? Type in the chat. What's the name that we should take from Bhagavad Gita? What's the most important name? What's the most, we missed one important name. Very important name. We covered a lot of names. And what about the most important one? Prabhupada says this. Yeah, that's right. If God has a name, the name must indicate that he is all attractive. God is all attractive, and that must be his primary name. God can have infinite names, but there is one name which indicates the all attractive feature of God. Okay, let me tell you, the Sanskrit root for this is Kris, Akarshayiti, Kris. So Krishna, Krishna. Okay, so that's like the best name of God. So it indicates the supreme personality of Godhead. Now, how many verses are there in Bhagavad Gita where there is Krishna? Just see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think there's a duplicate here. And 11. So many verses are there here. Let's just take one verse here. Okay, what verse we shall pick? All right. Okay, we'll pick one verse from here. Which one shall we pick? 17.1. Okay. Let's pick this. 11.41. Yeah, perfect. This is the perfect verse to end. Last verse. Sakheti matva prasabam jaduktam he Krishna he Yadava he sakheti ajanata mahimanam tavedam maya pramadat pranayena vapi yaccha vahasat tamasat kritosi vihara shayyashana bhojaneshu eko tavapyachuta tat samaksham tatkshamye tvamaham aprameyam. You know, this is Arjuna, his prayers after seeing the Vishwarupa. He has seen the universal form of Lord Krishna, and now Arjuna is saying sorry. He's saying, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I have many times I have rashly addressed you. Hey Krishna, hey Sakha, hey Yadava. You see, they are maternal aunt's son, right? Arjuna and Krishna are friends. They are of the same age. And Kunti is like maternal aunt of Krishna. Krishna's father Vasudeva, Vasudeva's sister Kunti Devi's son Arjuna. Very close relationship. Maternal uncle's son, maternal aunt's son, very close. So friendship is there. So Arjuna, he used to call Krishna, hey Sakha, my dear friend, come here. So sometimes Krishna, Arjuna will be discussing. Arjuna will say, oh, what a war I fought today. Brilliant, super. I fought a war. And then there were so many people. I fought them. I was fighting like this, so like that. Then Krishna will also say, yeah, that's right. I was also fighting. Yeah, I was fighting and then this happened and I was fighting. And I did like this. Then Arjuna is saying, wow, you're so powerful, huh? He used to make jokes like that. Very powerful Krishna, you are exaggerating. So he'll make a joke, he'll make a fun. So friends know, he'll say, oh, you're lying. Oh, wonderful. Like that, he's making jokes. So now he's remembering that jokes he put in front of Krishna, but he's seeing that Vishwarupa here. Krishna, he asked, can I see your form? Krishna showed his Vishwarupa. And when he's seeing the Vishwarupa, thousands of hands, thousands of forms, thousands of legs and everything. Now he's asking, he's saying, thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you. O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, jesting as we relaxed, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends, O infallible one. Please excuse me for all those offenses. You see, Arjuna is asking for forgiveness for offenses. Okay. So what's an offense? If we disrespect God, it's an offense, right? So Arjuna has joked in front of Krishna. He made fun of him one-to-one, or sometimes in front of many people also. He used to joke in front of all the Pandavas. He'll make a joke, right? So that's what used to happen. So then he's saying, I'm sorry about it. Okay. So in our life also, we are doing hundreds and hundreds of offenses, not one or two. Knowingly, unknowingly, Krishna is like tolerating us like a father. He's giving us everything. He loves us so much. Whether we love him back or not, he loves us. But then we are doing an offense. What's that offense? He's loving us and he wants us to follow what he's telling, but we don't want to follow what he's telling. Just like the rebellious children, right? Rebellious children, they don't follow what father says. But the father is so merciful. Krishna is so merciful. So let us also pray in the same mood of Arjuna, that my dear Krishna, a lot of times, okay, we did not follow you. Okay, we did not follow your instructions. We took it lightly. Sometimes we make fun also of Krishna. Right? We say in Telugu and in Kannada, they say Nama Hakadu. Nama petadam. Means cheating somebody, we say putting Nama. What is that? It's like a joke, isn't it? So like that, when say, if something is gone, we'll say Govinda, Govinda. Gone. So like this, we do innumerable offenses. Okay, we do innumerable offenses. We don't follow what Krishna is saying. Krishna is giving us some nice instructions of Bhagavad Gita, but we don't care. Okay, so let's also pray to Krishna. Krishna, just like a very nice father, right? You know, and like a tolerant father forgives his son, like a small kid is doing. Sometimes he's kicking also in play. Father is tolerating, right? Like, please tolerate our mistakes, our offenses, our shortcomings in our sadhana. So please forgive us. Okay? Hare Krishna. So let us all pray Krishna with that. Then we will end this class. Okay? Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So I would like to hear from you, like, what are your realizations? What is it that you feel after hearing this class? You can just add a little bit and say, you can unmute yourself and just say, what is it that you learned in this class? What is it that you heard? What is your takeaway from this class? Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Take God's Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Take God's name as many times as possible.
Yeah, wonderful, very wonderful. Nice one, Mataji. Yes. What else? Yes, thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna will listen to you in whichever name you address or you call him.
Krishna will, wonderful, very beautiful. Krishna will listen to you in any name that you call him. He will listen to you. What is important is you call with love, right? That's
Yes,
nice.
yes.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah. Krishna's name, Valarmati Mataji is saying, Krishna's name makes a deep connection with him. That's right. Krishna wants us to think about him, chant his names. Okay, that's what is the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Always think of Krishna, always chant his names. So he wants us to do that, right? Wonderful, very nice. Thank you. Yes, anybody else?
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, go ahead.
Krishna wants us to know that he is the supreme personality of Godhead, and everybody should um, mm, everybody should pray him,
Should serve him. Yeah, that's
serve
right.
him. Yeah.
Yes, that's absolutely very nice realization. Krishna wants us to know something, okay? There's a message that Krishna wants us to give. He wants to give to all of us. He wants to say that he's always with us. Okay, he's the supreme personality of Godhead, and he's always with us as a super soul within our heart. So we have to realize his supremacy and start to serve him. That is very important. Okay, thank you, Mataji. Hare
One
Krishna.
more, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
He
Krishna.
has known us from innumerable births or innumerable births, and he knows us I mean, he knew us in the past, he knows us now, and also knows us what is going to happen to us. So we should keep that in mind, and he's the Almighty, so that is very important, Prabhuji.
Yeah, that's right. Thank
And
you.
he's always there for us,
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice.
and he was there for us.
Krishna is such a beautiful friend for us. Thank you, Mataji, for adding. He was always there for us. He is always there for us, and he will be there always for us. But that doesn't mean that we should not be having gratitude. We should be a good friend, right? A friend. We should do our bit of the friendship, right? So just like there are two friends, one friend is very loyal, but the other friend is not very loyal. Okay, but the friend, he never is not right to leave us. So Krishna is like that friend. It's time for us to, fulfill our friendship vows, right? With the Almighty, we have to be friendly. I mean, we have to follow whatever he's saying, right? Yes, that's nice. Thank you, Mataji. Krishna's names can give liberation for material attachment. Only Krishna's name, absolutely right. Only Krishna's names is the only way for all of us to become liberated. Okay, there's no other way. There is no other way. There is no other way. It says Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam kalau nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatiranyatha. Only the names of Krishna can liberate us in this Kali Yuga. There's no hope for us except for the names of Krishna. Amazing. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. All right. Thank you, devotees. Hare